watching Fox Local.
Stabbing investigation is taking place at this hour near 27th Avenue and Glendale.
Yeah, not too far off the Black Canyon Freeway there on the I-17. Let's get right to Irene Snyder. She is live on the scene with the latest at this hour. Irene?
Well, hey guys, good morning. We did hear back from the Phoenix Police Department with more information. They said it was a fight that started all of this. You can take a look here at the scene behind me right now. This is 27th Avenue and Glendale. They said the call came out around 2:20 this morning. Again, it was a call for a fight. When they got here, they found a man with at least one stab wound. That man was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. They said there was also an adult woman who was found nearby with injuries. She was not taken to the hospital, but was treated here by the fire department on scene. Now, detectives have been out here all morning. Again, this happened in the overnight hours around 2:20 this morning at 27th Avenue and Glendale. This looks to be a residential neighborhood. There's some apartments, some homes here. This is North 25th Avenue is the area that's closed down. So for the most part, this would not affect anyone's morning commute except for those people who live here in this community, a very small section of road that's closed off. Again, here in the area of 27th Avenue and Glendale. But again, the update that we got from police just in the last half hour is that it was a call for a fight. A man, at least one stab wound, taken to a hospital, non-life-threatening injuries. We do not know exactly what led up to that fight, but again, it was a call for a fight. And then an adult woman also had some injuries that she was treated by the fire department on scene. She was not taken to the hospital. Now, this is an ongoing investigation. We're hoping to learn more information from the police department. But again, what we do know is that one man had a stab wound, an adult woman found with injuries as well, treated on scene, and no one else injured as far as we know, according to the Phoenix Police Department. So make sure to stay with Fox 10 for the latest on air and online. I'll send it back to you this morning.
All right, Irene, thank you. Fortunately, it's confined just to that particular neighborhood there off the Black Canyon Freeway. New this morning, some folks who live here at this Tempe apartment complex forced out of their homes late last night when a vehicle crashes into the building. The crash was just before 10 p.m. near Priest and Rio Salado Parkway. It isn't clear what led up to the crash, but police say the driver was taken to the hospital and investigators believe impairment could be a factor. This morning, we are hearing from the father of a 21-year-old man shot and killed in Flagstaff over the weekend.
LaFonso Raquel Carter says he flew out to Arizona immediately after he found out that his 21-year-old son did not survive the shooting. Flagstaff police are saying that Dylan Carter was shot and killed in his bedroom on Sunday afternoon. Officers found Philip Green outside of the house. The 20-year-old was arrested, booked into jail on one count of manslaughter. LaFonso says he still has a lot of questions for police.
It's just like, how you gonna accident shoot someone in the head? I just don't mind saying here no more. I just need more answers.
Flagstaff police say this is an active investigation and anyone with information about the case is asked to contact the Flagstaff police or the Coconino County Silent Witness. California Governor Gavin Newsom signs a new law designed to lower fuel costs in his state.
But Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs says that could have consequences for us in our state. Danielle Miller joins us live to explain. Danielle.
Well, good morning. And it was last month that Governor Katie Hobbs, as well as Nevada's governor, asked Gavin Newsom to veto this bill here. They're saying that it could potentially lead to cuts here on our gas supply here in the state of Arizona. So that is because California's new bill will regulate oil refineries, forcing them to retain a certain amount of fuel. The goal is to prevent gas prices from spiking in California, but critics fear that it will keep more gas in California and could prevent it from going to neighboring states, creating a ripple effect for gas shortages, potential refinery shutdowns, and higher costs for consumers here in Arizona as well as in Nevada.
Think of it like a straw into a milkshake, and that California straw would be clogged up.
They expressed only concerns, and understandably so, because the impacts on those gas price spikes here in California impact their taxpayers directly.
Arizona doesn't have any refineries, and the majority of our gas comes from California and Texas. So AAA is reporting this morning that gas prices here in the state of Arizona are averaging $3.34 statewide. So that is well below California, which is currently sitting at $4.67 a gallon. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Danielle, thank you.
Well, happening today, the man accused of killing his wife in Flagstaff earlier this year will learn his fate today.
Daniel Padachowski will be sentenced for the death of his wife. Her name was Kelly. He initially reported her missing back in June. Police said the case was suspicious and arrested him shortly after. And then a month later, he pled guilty to murder and led police to his wife's body as part of a plea deal. He now faces up to 16 years in prison.
Also up in the high country, a follow-up this morning on a bat infestation that's happening at Northern Arizona University. Look at this. Several students have had to be treated for rabies exposure. And now the Mountain View Hall dorm is being shut down for the remainder of the school year. The school says the bat was captured a month ago, tested positive for rabies. We're still working to find out what the school is planning to do about the dorm long term, but we do now know that students were moved from the dorm recently to other on-campus housing. After what felt like forever with these triple-digit temperatures, we're finally starting to see a cool down, a major cool down at that.
Brother, aren't you happy? So the heat is not just affecting Arizonans, though. You know, if you have plants, you have a green thumb, you're thinking, what is going on with my plants? So this summer was hotter and drier than some years past, resulting in plants dying more frequently. Well, native species like aloe and cacti are having difficulty solidifying due to the lack of exposure to cooler weather.
I have noticed with all of our plants and trees that it's requiring so much more water just to keep them somewhat alive this summer, and every summer just gets worse and worse.
That is so true. I had to, over the weekend, water my cactus. I was like,
help me.
I'm so dry.
It's too much.
If you're in the process of preparing your winter lawn, keep next summer in mind. Your yard's plants should work together. Some will need to provide shade and soak up sunlight to protect the others that are smaller underneath.
All right, well, we're just a couple months away, well, I guess just 1 month away from Thanksgiving, and Butterball wants to speed up your Thanksgiving cooking. The company is releasing a cook from frozen whole premium turkey, which removes the whole thawing process out. So customers, what do they have to do? They just put it right in the oven.
They slap the bird in the oven,
they said. In the script. The cook, then you can cook it frozen. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but it's available nationwide. The script is confusing. It doesn't really give you
but
the
you don't.
ins and
Here's
outs.
the thing. There's a lot of chicken you can buy in the freezer section, and you can cook it from frozen. So I think that's what they want to do here: cook the turkey from frozen.
Gotcha.
And it saves us time. But
I don't know why they gave the vegetarian that story. I haven't cooked any meat in years.
That could be an interesting concept, though. Maybe we'll test that out for you at home. Money Watch for you on this Tuesday. Some Social Security recipients will get up to 3 checks in November. This is due to how the payment schedule is lined up for the rest of the year. So good for you as we head on into the holidays. An extra check there. Those who receive supplemental security income will get their first check on the 1st, with a regular check since the 3rd of November falls on this Sunday, and receive their December check on November 29th for the same reason. Other Social Security recipients can expect their payments on the regular days. We are now just 3 weeks until Election Day.
Hard to believe. It's dwindling down that time,
know.
right? And both presidential campaigns appear to be shifting gears to win over more of those last-minute undecided voters. Good morning, Ron.
The countdown is certainly on, you guys. Both Harris and Trump campaigns deploying some new tactics to try to win over those last remaining persuadable voters. Kamala Harris going to be continuing her media tour, announcing that she will sit down for an interview tomorrow with Fox News' Bret Baier. Baier says that he pushed for a live interview with Kamala Harris. But the campaign would only agree to a taped interview that will be about 25 minutes long. It's a big shift for her campaign that for weeks had been kind of risk averse with the media. On the other side, former President Trump agreeing to a Fox town hall tomorrow with women voters. The latest polls show Harris with a big lead against Donald Trump when it comes to women voting. So for the VP, tomorrow's interview is reaching out to voters beyond her base.
She's going to reach voters where they are, and she's reaching a different set of voters than some of her podcasts and other interviews were reaching, and it's smart of them to go after every vote.
They've realized that hiding the candidate, particularly one not so very well known as she is, isn't working.
So the interview will be taped tomorrow. And by the way, after both candidates were in Pennsylvania yesterday, both of their running mates will hold events in the Keystone State. You analyze that map, and it's such a crucial state with, I believe they have 19 electoral votes, even more than we have here in Arizona, even more than they have in the battleground state of Michigan. So tomorrow, Tim Walz with campaign events in Pittsburgh, and J.D. Vance going to take a part in a Moms for America town hall outside of Philadelphia. Guys.
Ron, thank you.
Sure.
All right, time now 7:12, and Arizona is obviously a battleground state in the 2024 presidential election. And politicians are not done campaigning in the Grand Canyon State. Former President Barack Obama will be in Arizona this week to support the Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris. He'll be speaking at a rally in Tucson on Friday. The exact time and location have yet to be announced. And second gentleman Doug Emhoff will campaign in Yuma. That'll be on Saturday. He was just in Arizona last week campaigning on behalf of his wife, Vice President Kamala Harris. Details about his upcoming visit have not been announced yet either.
With early voting now underway, Maricopa County Recorder Stephen Richer wants you to know that the U.S. Postal Services are reporting that all of the 1.9 million ballots are out for delivery. 62% have been delivered thus far. Almost all ballots should arrive to you by tomorrow if you requested one. Anyone who does not receive their ballots by Friday is asked to call the Maricopa County Recorder's office. And if you don't want to wait, you can go to any of the 12 in-person early voting locations currently open in Maricopa County. You can find the link to those locations on our website, fox10phoenix.com. Fox 10 News Alert now. We do have a crash investigation taking place.
Yeah, this is in the intersection of 19th Avenue and Peoria, and you can see police are on scene. Our photojournalists also on scene. We're trying to get a little bit of a better vantage point to kind of pinpoint exactly what happened, but it looks like one vehicle kind of off to the side. Hopefully that was the gentleman that was inside and he is doing okay. And then it looks like a couple other vehicles were involved as well. So it doesn't appear that the intersection is shut down at this time, but it is being blocked, and so you can see a little bit of a backup. And again, this is in the area of 19th Avenue and Peoria. So if that is part of your commute on this Tuesday morning, you might just want to give yourself a little extra time or maybe find an alternate route.